In this video, I will show you the best online course creation platforms for your specific needs. And I have broken this video down into 3 separate sections. In the first section, I will give you a quick 5-minute rundown of the best platforms, their main use cases, and pricing. In the second section, we're going to take a deeper dive into the depths of these platforms. I will show you how to create a course with each one of these. I will show you what it's like to use these platforms and so much more. And then in the third section, I will show you how to actually get students to these courses that you have created with these different platforms, because that's actually the hardest part and the most challenging task when it comes to becoming a successful online course creator. And also, if you want to, you can find a list of these products in the description of this video, and there you will also find the free trial pages and the best deals right now. But we've got a lot to cover in this video, so let's dive right into it. So as the #1 online course creation platform, we have Thinkific, and this is the platform that I am hosting 2 courses at right now. And I think that Thinkific is best for solo creators with a big audience. It is very easy to use, so all you literally need to do is sign up, and there's also a free plan that you can use, and you just click buttons, drag and drop stuff around, and there is your course. So all these platforms are very easy to use. Now let's get to the monetization. So this is the interesting part here. So Thinkific is just for hosting a course. So if you create a course and launch it on Thinkific, and if you don't put any effort into it, you will never see any sales. So nobody will ever hear about your course because Thinkific does not promote your courses. So that is your responsibility, and that is what I mean when I say that this is good for solo creators with a big audience. So I would say that you'd need to have at least like 10,000 people following you before you start to make significant sales. So you need to work very hard to get the course in front of your audience. So you need to create a newsletter and warm up your audience towards making a purchase. And that is actually the hard part. So that's one thing that is super important on Thinkific, that you have a built-in audience. And if you don't have one, just keep on watching this video. But then let's move on to the pricing. So you have the free, it's actually not a trial, but that is a free plan. So you can sign up and create a course for entirely free. And then the pricing goes all the way up to $199 per month that you have plans to build one. And one thing I forgot to mention from Thinkific is that you get to keep all the earnings. So you can basically start a, let's say, $1,000 course, and you get to keep it all. So this also for serious earners. So for example, the next platform that I'm about to show you will be easier to use because you don't have to build an audience, but then again, you're not going to earn much because they're taking a cut and they're running huge discounts on your courses. Then we move on to the second option, that is Udemy. And this is best for creators with no audience. It is very easy and intuitive to use. All you need to do is sign up and drag and drop the course elements around, click some buttons, record some videos, and your course is ready. So it is very intuitive. You don't need to watch any tutorials. Then also when it comes to monetization, all you need to do is create a course, launch it, and just wait, because Udemy has a huge built-in audience. So this is completely different to Thinkific. So there is no audience in Thinkific, but on Udemy there is one. And they're using social media, advertisements, SEO, and all that kind of stuff to promote your content. And also they have a huge student base that are interested in courses all the time. So all you need to do is launch a course and they will take care of the marketing. And that brings me to the pricing section. So it's actually free to create courses on Udemy. So if you just want to create courses, if you just want to teach people, if you don't want to build an audience, which usually takes years of hard work, this is your platform. But remember that Udemy is going to take a revenue split. So they are going to take a cut of your revenue. So for instance, if you sell a $100 course, they are going to take like, I think 30-40% of that. But then on top of that, it's actually going to limit your earning potential very heavily because Udemy runs those huge sales every time. So if you create a $100 course, you're going to usually sell it for $10 to $15. And then on top of that, you're going to lose almost half of that with the revenue split. So if you're looking to grow, I would actually go with Thinkific. And then last but definitely not least, we have LearnWorlds. And I would say that this is a very similar platform to Thinkific, except for this is for bigger creator teams with a big or huge audience. So this is an all-in-one platform. And that being said, there's a steep learning curve. So when I tested it, it wasn't that easy to use, for example, as Thinkific, because you have all those features and all these cool tools and integrations in there. So it is a bit of a harder one to learn. And then in a very similar fashion to Thinkific, if you want to make sales, if you want to make money on LearnWorlds, you need to market and sell your course to your audience. And this requires some heavy marketing efforts and heavy warm-up emails on your newsletter, and you need to have a huge audience to begin with in a very similar fashion to Thinkific. And here the pricing goes from basically $30 to $300 per month, and there's only a 30-day free trial. So that is actually also a bit limited as well. And now, as the first online course creation platform on this list, we have Thinkific. And right now I will show you what it looks like to use Thinkific, how you can create a course, how you create a landing page, and so much more. Once you have signed up, you're going to see your dashboard like this. And on the top right, it says new course. And if I click on that, it will automatically suggest you using AI to create your online course outline. So for example, let's make this a course about how to make money online. So I'll give it to this one, and here is my course title, and let's click on create. And here you already have it. So this now right here is the course draft, make money online, proven methods. Here you have these 5 AI generated sections or chapters, as they call it here on Thinkific. And now you can open up these individual chapters here, and you can also see that the AI has generated these lessons. So welcome to the course and overview, understanding opportunities, identifying your skills, building your portfolio. And this will guide you towards the right type of a course structure. So back in the day when you didn't have AI, you would basically have to start from scratch. So you would need to come up with the structure by yourself or by taking a look at what your competitors have done. But these days you can do this all with AI. So this is pretty cool that you have these different chapters and lessons here. You can start to add content to these lessons. So for instance, welcome and course overview. If you haven't uploaded any videos to the platform, you can do so here. So upload a video file. So for example, let's add one of these videos. So how long does it take? And this is probably related to one of my other courses. And now I can save the lesson, and now it's added here. But one thing I also like about Thinkific is that you can actually add text here as well. So it's not just a video, you can also add text as well as download. So if you're showing some kind of things where you have some templates or some additional information that you forgot to mention in the video, you can do that here as well. And you can create downloadable video, you can enable discussions, you can make this a preview video. So for example, if you don't want to make your entire course paid, and if you, for example, want to give access to the first, let's say, chapter of the course, you can select this section. So make this a free preview lesson so that people can actually watch it. Then one thing I love about Thinkific is that it allows you to add all these other types of content. So you are not just limited to adding text or video. So if we click on add lesson again, we're gonna do a video, text, PDF, quiz, audio, download, multimedia, survey, and a presentation. And in the higher tier plans, you have even more options. So you can do assignments and exams and live presentations as well. So for example, let's click on quiz. And here, once again, we have an option for creating this with AI. So for instance, let's just give it an example quiz. I don't want to get creative with names here because I don't want to spend your time. Let's click create with AI. Let's do 5 questions, and let's do generate questions. And there we go. So I actually got a bit worried because my title is just example quiz. So if I create that with AI, that would probably be completely random, but the AI actually knows that this is an online money-making course. So it created these questions for me. So which of the following is popular online freelance platform? TaskRabbit, Fiverr, Bricklink, and you have all these other questions. Seems that you can't actually edit this here, but when I click on accept and add to quiz, then I'll be able to edit this. So I can change the text here, so I can delete parts of it, or I can add some more context to the question. And also I have an option to change these. For example, let's do YouTube here. I can change these options, and here is this is the correct answer option. So this is pretty cool. You get to choose this one easily as well. You can add more choices instead of just using those that the AI gave. Let's do LinkedIn here, for instance. And once you're happy with these quizzes, then you can just save it. and you will add it here, so it will automatically be added to the chapter. So this one can actually be a good way to end every single chapter. So just to make sure that the people have learned what you have said in the course, you need to make sure that they understand it, so you can add a little quiz to test their knowledge. Everything is so handy here, so basically it is super intuitive. You don't really even need to have any knowledge in creating courses or in creating content. You can just go with the flow pretty much. And let's try some other content type as well. So let's once again click on add lesson, and this time let's do a survey. So I'll go into add, let's call it example survey for now. Then add question, what could be done better? More videos, more downloadables, more quizzes. Then let's click on save survey or save lesson. And now we have this survey right here. If at any point you want to preview this course, so here it is what it looks like for you, but you obviously want to know what it looks like for your students. So if you want to preview this course, at any time you can click on this preview button, and then you can either choose the current lesson, all course lessons, or course as an enrolled student. And this last option is my favorite because this shows you exactly what the course looks like right now in front of your audience and in front of your students. Let's, for example, go here. And right now you're seeing the preview of the course that I just created. So Make Money Online, Proven Methods. And for instance, if we go to the example quiz, which is the following popular freelance platform, I can choose Fiverr, I can click confirm, and the answer is correct. And then we can also do the survey. So related to this introduction to online income, we have the survey. What could be done better? So what could I have added more? I would do something like, let's do more quizzes, confirm, and there's obviously no right or wrong answer because the people get to choose what they would like to see here. And as you can also see, when the students complete your videos, complete your lessons, chapters, you will see this progress bar. So this will show the students how much they have gone through of the course. And that's pretty much it. So this one allows you to preview all these changes you have made to the course in a handy way so that you actually know that, okay, this is going to look like this for your students. And once you have added all the contents to your course, you can choose these top bar options before going live with it. And also there's actually one more thing I'll show you in just a second. But let's, for example, choose the pricing. So for this one, we could do for free, or we can do a one-time payment for, let's say, $197. And we can do the enrollment duration if we want to limit the time that the people can, or the students can spend this course. And then you can just save the primary pricing. Then we can do the after purchase. Then we could go here in the publish tab and click publish and save. But let's not do that just yet because there's one more important thing we need to do for our course. And this is to build a product page. So on the top right corner, it says build product page. Now let's actually leave this page. And here you can see this AI generated or auto generated product page for this online course you just created. So I didn't do anything here. I just created the course as you saw with the AI below or before. And here it says that we have this banner section. So Make Money Online, Proven Methods is the name of the course. Unlock diverse income streams with practical strategies for making money online. Master skills to turn your passions into profit. Buy now. Then you have the course curriculum here. So this one is also automatically added here. You can also view this as a mobile preview as well. So you can click on these buttons here. So the desktop version look like this, the mobile version look like this, and the full screen version would look like this. Right now, let's go back to the desktop. And now you can edit every single element here on the course landing page. So we can, for example, click here to edit the header, and it will take like a second or two. And then you get to choose the logo. So you can upload a logo. You can make the logo smaller and bigger if you want to. You can do different styles. So you can do a sticky navigation. So that would mean that the navigation bar that is this logo and the products page and stuff like that, these will always be at the top. Then you can also choose these different sections. So you can do this banner section here. We can edit that as well. So you can change the subheading here. So this is automatically just this AI generated one, but you can change it to something else. You can change the content width if you want to. It might look a bit sleeker if it's not that wide. You can change the background. You can even add an image there. You can do different colors here. You can do image overlay. So if you have a background color or a background image, you can specify how much you want to shine through and how much you want to have this primary color here. Then you can add images or videos even. So just as an example, here is my course that has a short little welcome video here rendered as well. And then you can change the call to action. And I always recommend to keep it very simple, but I think that one thing you should always keep in mind is that you should have a call to action that is this kind of an enroll now or buy now or something like this right here at the above the fold section. That is this place that you can see right here as you load the page. So you don't want to hide this one like somewhere here at the bottom of the screen, because that way there is a smaller chance for people to enroll your course. So you want to make this as frictionless as possible. Then you can go to the course curriculum section. I think this is pretty cool. This allows you or your students to see these different sections and the lesson names, so they will see what kind of things they should expect from the course. And you can also control over everything, so you can hide the course price if you want to, you can hide the total number of lessons, you can hide the hours of video. And then these are the basic elements, but you can always add something new. So whenever you want to, you can click one of these plus icons here at the page, and then you have a ton of content options you can add to this landing page of the course. So for example, we can do additional products, all categories, banners, pricing options, more banners, bonus materials, calls to action. Perhaps the most common elements that I have seen, while in fact some of the courses seem to have all these elements, like literally, and the pages or the landing pages are super long, but the countdown timer can be really good if you're running a flash sale. You might also want to add a frequently asked questions section. So I think this is one of the best ways to tackle those common questions that people might have related to your course, instead of them having to reach out to you separately. So you can do something like, what is the refund policy? And what about the updates in the course? How about the access, duration? What about the guarantees and stuff like that? That's pretty cool. That's, I think, one of the most useful ways to do it. Then if we look at these elements, then you also have this video option. So this might be really interesting to add if there's a section where you don't want to add a lot of text or downloadables, but you want to add a little explainer video where you show yourself even more. So that never hurts to show yourself. You can do these text with call to action sections, so you can add additional calls to action instead of just having that one here at the top of the page and the one here. So you can add similar sections to this one. Then you can also do, and one thing that I think is one of the most important, is the social proof section. So you want to add these social proofs, reviews, and testimonials of the people that have taken your courses or taken one of your services or have worked with you in the past. So for example, let's add one of these testimonials here. And once your testimonial is here in the place, you obviously need to ask for somebody to provide you with these testimonials. So somebody could write something nice about you, and then you can mention their name and add a profile picture here as well. So this will basically clear these objections that people might have before jumping in on your course, because people might not know if it's worth it and might not know if there is anyone else that has taken the course or worked with you in the past. Once you have laid down the foundations for your landing page, once you have all these call to actions, testimonials, curriculums, and these frequently asked questions, then you can just click save. And then once your landing page has been completed, once your pricing is all set, once your curriculum and contents look good, you can actually go here to the publish section, hit publish and save. And now your course is out, and now it's time to start promoting the course, which is the most important part. And then as the next online course creation platform is Udemy. And this one is actually not just a course creation platform, but this is more like a course marketplace. So this one has a built-in audience for you, and this is for you if you don't want to do marketing and if you don't want to build a huge audience and spend years doing so though. So this one is the place where you can just go and launch a course and start to get students to it. So now let me show you how this platform actually works. So the first thing you need to do is head over to this page called udemy.com, and then on the top right corner you can click on Teach on Udemy. And then just click Get Started. As the first thing, you need to sign up. Then as you have signed up and logged in, you're going to see this page that asks you to create either a course or to create a practice test. And in this example, I'm going to create a course, so I will click on this left option. Then let's click on Continue on the left bottom corner. And then it is time to create a title for your course. So for example, let's do something like how to use AI. So this is an introductory course to using AI. And obviously we could do something a bit more creative than this, a bit more compelling than this. So we'll come back to it later if we need to. And then let's click on continue on the right hand side. Then we can choose the category. So let's do IT and software, then continue, and then choose how busy you are. So for example, I'm going to choose this. I'm very busy right now, so I'll only be able to create like 2 hours a week at most. And then let's click on create course. And here is the draft version of our course. And here on the left hand side, you can see all these different sections you should fill in to complete creating your course. So you have the intended learners. So here you can specify what will your students learn after taking this course, and you can fill those in. So for example, let's do something generic, such as use AI better than an average person, stuff like this. If you want to, you can add more responses. Then you can obviously tell the requirements or prerequisites. And for example, let's do something like programming experience. And then who is this course for? So let's do anyone with technical background who wants to learn about AI. So these will be rendered in this course introduction page so that the people who are about to take this course will actually know what kind of a course they are undertaking. Then always when you make changes, you can click on the save button here on the top right corner. Oh, it actually requires us to fill at least 4 items. Then we can click on save, and this saves the draft version of the course. Then we can move on to the course structure. And this one brings you to a nice looking little blog post that teaches you how to plan your course structure the proper way. And you will have all these resources to make it look good and to make it feel enjoyable. And you can always visit this help center if you run into trouble. And now here you can do a little free expert video help test video. So you can create a video and get some personalized advice on it to maximize it for the course enjoyability. And here you will also find some tips with which you can set up your home studio, for example. And then once the planning section is done, then we can go to this creating your content section. So here we go to the film and edit section. And once again, you will find a little blog post as well as a community link with which you can optimize this content creation process for your students to enjoy and learn. And then we get into this part that is the curriculum. And here we're going to start creating content and dragging and dropping it into this view. So now here we have an example section. For example, we can call it introduction. Let's do introduction to AI. So you can change the text around here. You can save this section, and then you can start to add lessons or lectures to it. For instance, here we have an introduction lesson. We can add some more. Let's do, if you click on curriculum item, you will see a lecture, quiz, coding exercise, practice, assignment. And for instance, let's do another lecture. For example, let's do how AI works. Add lecture. And now, as you notice, while I'm adding these lectures into the view, you're going to see this content button here on the right hand side. And now if I click on that, you guessed it, here we see video and slide mashup and an article. So depending on what kind of content you're creating, you can drag and drop your video files here or blog posts or articles that you want to share as a lecture in this course. So for example, if I want to add a video, I can click on this button and then I can select a video, for example, from my desktop. And now I have chosen an introduction video from my desktop and it starts to load here. And please keep in mind that depending on the video length and quality, this can actually take a while, and also processing this video can take a second. So it's very similar to when you upload videos to YouTube. Even though you can upload them in like seconds or in a minute or two, it might still take like a full hour to process the video, to optimize it for the platform, to make it high quality. So just keep this in mind. So if you add some videos to your courses and they don't look instantly like the highest of quality, it's just because it's processing. But this one is pretty quick because it's only like a 50-second clip. And then one thing I love about this platform is that when you add a video lecture, you can also add a description. So just an example, I'm going to type in something like, welcome to the AI course. This is a short introduction lesson and whatnot. And then also you can click save here, and then you can also add some resources. Just an example, you could do a downloadable file. So once again, you can drag and drop a file here, and then you can add from the library. So if you have some existing stuff you have already uploaded, you can add that here. And then you can also do an external resource. For example, let's do my LinkedIn. And then I can drag and drop the link here. And then let's click on add link. And there we go. And then once you have made some changes here, you can always preview the course by clicking the top right corner where it says preview. And here you can preview it either as an instructor. This will show you what it looks like to an instructor, and then also as a student. So this one is the most important part because this shows you how it looks like to take your course as an enrolled student. So just as an example, here's the first introduction lesson. And this is what I just wrote here. Actually, it is automatically saying that the instructor is updating the content. So there should be a video at this part right here, but because the video is processing, it's not available yet. And then here you can see the additional resource that I added there as well. So if I now click on this, it will divert me to LinkedIn. And then also you can mark this as a complete as a student. And then you can also take a look at these notes. You can do some announcements, reviews, learning tools and whatnot. So this is the student view, and this is super useful. And on the right hand side, you're going to see these different sections and lessons as well. And also something you can do here while you're creating your course content, if you notice that something is in the incorrect order, you can just drag and drop these elements around here, and you can do the same with the sections. So you can take these, if you have multiple sections, you can rearrange these and also regroup it this way. So that's pretty handy. But now let me show you more content options here. So these are lectures. Now I'm going to add another curriculum item, and this time let's do quiz. So we can call it AI quiz, and I can type in something like teaches the fundamentals of AI and tests if you were awake in the first lecture. So let's click on add quiz. And now here you can click on questions. And we can do multiple choice, this is the only option, and then let's do something like this. So let's do a question like, is OpenAI an open source AI company? And then let's do yes, and then let's do no. And then we can choose the correct answer here, so we can set this to be the correct one. And now we don't need this third question, so let's just delete it. And then we can also explain why this is the right answer. So let's do something like this. So here I have written, despite the name OpenAI, the AI is very much closed and not open source as one might imagine. And we can click on save. And then we can also do a preview right over here, so we don't have to preview this entire course. So let's click on this one. And here we have, so AI quiz, this is what I gave it the name. Then teaches the fundamentals of AI. This one is the description that I wrote for the quiz. And then we can click on start quiz. And then the question number one is OpenAI an open source platform? Then let's do no. Let's do check answer. And good job, despite the name. And there is the description that I wrote for this answer and why this is the correct one. And although I could show all these features, I'm pretty sure that you get the gist of it. So this one allows you to add lectures, quizzes, exercises, and assignments, and you can freely arrange them around here nicely. It is all very intuitive, and to be brutally honest, you don't even really need to watch a tutorial on how to do this if you have some experience. Then let's move on in this content creation section. So then we have captions. This is completely optional. You can add captions to your videos. Then you can do accessibility. So in this section, you make sure that you provide a person with a disability and access to and the benefits of the same information, interactions, and services as a person without a disability in a way that's sensible, meaningful, and usable. So make sure to check this and be careful with this one to make it accessible to everybody. And then once you have done all these things, once you have added your content, you have scheduled your curriculum, you have added captions and made it accessible, then it is time to create a course landing page. Once again, here you can tweak the course title. So let's do 2025 guide. So I'm going to add to this, or let's do course. So I'm going to add to what I added in the introduction or in the first slide when I just started to create this course. Then you can do a subtitle. Let's do something like become an AI guru in 3 hours. And then you can add a course description. And this one should be at minimum 200 words. And just for the heck of it, I created one with ChatGPT. Obviously, you shouldn't do it that way. You should spend the time to make it actually count and make it something that stands out from the masses. Then specify your basic info. So you do the language. You can do, for example, let's do beginner level. Then you can also specify a subcategory if you want to. Then what is primarily taught in your course, let's do AI. It is going to suggest me these. These are basically your tags, so you can propose other topics as well. And then you can add a course image. We can upload a file here. And just an example, here's an AI generated image. Obviously, you shouldn't do it that way. But nonetheless, then you can choose the area with which you want or to which you want to crop the image. For instance, let's do this, then click on crop image. And here is your course image. And then you can also film a promotional video. And by the way, make sure that you have completed your profile because otherwise you are not able to submit this course for a review. But nonetheless, this looks good to me. So let's click on save. Oh, it actually says that we cannot add emojis here. So you need to use just text. Let's click on save. And now you can also do a preview here. So this is what your course would look like. So there's the title, there's the subtitle, you have the course image, the pricing here, then you have these learning objectives, you have these related topics, you have the course content. So here you can see the introduction lesson I created and the quiz and this how AI works video, and then we have a requirement. So programming experience is the only one we need, and then we have the description that I just whipped up using ChatGPT, and then who is this course for, and then it will automatically render this section where it shows these other courses that students interested in this topic have also bought. So this is what it looks like. Here's the entire landing page. So as you can see, it is pretty handy. All you needed to do is fill in this basic information and you will get a full-on, highly converting and nice looking, compact and concise landing page like this. So that is how you use Udemy to create an online course. Alrighty, and then last but not least, we have LearnWorlds, which is the all-in-one solution on this list for a more advanced use. So for instance, I would recommend using this if you have a team or if you're planning to run like a serious big course business. So this has a bit of a steeper learning curve, but this also has all these customization features, integrations and stuff like that you won't see, for example, on a similar platform such as Thinkific, which is a much simpler version and easier to use version than LearnWorlds. Right now, let me show you how it looks like to create a course using LearnWorlds. And obviously, we're not going to get through all the details and features here because there are so many bells and whistles so that it would take like 2 hours to go through them all. So I will just show you how to create a course here. So first you need to log in, and then it's time to give your school a name. So remember, this is not the name of your course, but this is the name of your school. So for instance, let's do Arturis School, and it will then assign me automatically this domain called arturisschool.learnworlds.com, and then we can click on continue. Then it will prepare the school for us. Then you can choose a school template. I'd like to use something that is very minimalistic and basic, so let's click on this one. Then it will ask you your experience and what's your main objective. Let's do, for example, selling courses to individuals. Let's do I'm just getting started and I'm a, let's say, small business owner. And for my case, let's do just me, and then what area or what topic. Let's do technology and innovation, and let's click on finish, and now we're all set. So as I said, this is a more comprehensive platform that with all the bells and whistles and all these key features, but as you can see, you can obviously create a course as an individual here as well. And now it gives me an option to have a call with somebody, but because this is a video where I'm demonstrating to you, I don't need this right now. So we're all set, and let's start exploring. And by the way, once you have signed up, you will activate this 30-day free trial. So now it is activated for me, and now I can start messing around here. So once you land into your dashboard, you can click on Create Course here at the left top corner. And now it is time to give a name for your course. So let's do, for example, AI 101. Let's do Learn the basic. And let's call it the #1 AI introductory course you need. And you can obviously upload a cover image here as well. We're going to use this one that I generated using AI. If you run a course, perhaps don't do it that way. Then just insert the image and there we go. So now we already have the name, the headline or the tagline, and then we have a cover image. Let's click on continue. Then let's customize the URL. So this doesn't look that great to me. So let's do something like AI course, because it's after all our school and this can be the name. So then it will look like our website learnworld.com/course/AI course. And because it already says the name course actually here in the path, let's just do AI 101 and then let's click on continue. And here you can select the course access. I think that this actually makes the access level to what you set it here. So for example, if you want it to be a free course and you click free here and click on finish, it will actually publish the course already, even though it's just a draft. At least last time I used this, I think this was a bit confusing to me. You have to click on draft here if you just want to edit the course. You don't want to put it out there just yet. And now we can start to create content to the course. And as you can see, we have a bunch of options. So we can start building from scratch. We can use AI. We can upload some files if we already have. And then we can import and sync also from other, for example, schools if you have their course hosting platforms. I would recommend using the start building from scratch option simply because the AI option is something that will just generate you those generic templates and text, and it is not the point in my opinion, but because all these platforms have to keep up with the AI, there has to be this feature. And then obviously if you have some files, feel free to drop those in, and if you have a course elsewhere, then obviously feel free to sync it up with LearnWorlds. But let's click on start building from scratch. And this one allows you to create your first section for your course. So for example, let's call it Introduction to AI. And then we can do something like welcome to the AI course. In this section, so I've typed in something like welcome to the AI course. In this section, I will teach you why this course matters, what you'll learn and stuff like that. And then we can also set the access level here. So once again, if you're not ready to put it out, if you don't want it to be alive, just click on draft and then click on save. And now we have our first section, but now it lacks content. So then we can start adding stuff here. So first let's click on add section. And now to add content to this section, click on add activity. And as you can see, we have a boatload of options here. So we can do multimedia, for example, the video, which is probably the most useful and the most common option out there. We can do PDFs, SCORMs, presentations, audio, YouTube, SoundCloud. We can do live sessions, ebooks, exams, self-assessment, forms, certificates, social, embeds. And here you can already see why I called it an all-in-one platform. So if you consider the content that you can add, for example, on Udemy, it is like 1/10 of what you have here. But now let's start with this video. So let's add video, let's add introduction, then let's click on save. And then what we're going to do is we can upload a video. And this one is a bit of a confusing part for me at least. So it doesn't allow you to directly upload a video, but you need to click on this no video you uploaded yet, would you like to add one, and then click on the add one, and then you can drag and drop a video into this view. And now after the upload process has finished or that has been completed, then it's going to encode the video, which will take 5 to 15 minutes, for example, in my case, because it is going to process the video to maximize the quality while compressing it as well. And now one thing you might want to do is if you see that, okay, the order of these sessions or these activities, or for example, these sections is not right, you can click on these arrow buttons to change this around. So now you can see that the second section is actually the first one, but let's click it back because the order was indeed right in our case. Then what you can also do is you can preview this course as a student. So for example, here we can go to the left top corner where it says preview course page or preview course player. So we can do the course page first, and this shows me the school page. And here is the AI 101 learn the basics, the introductory course that I just created. And then we can also preview the course player. So this is what it looks like for a student. If your student signs up and enrolls, they are going to see a view like this. So here's the progress bar at the top left corner. You have the learners, you have the discussions form, so you can say hi here. And then obviously you can take a look at the learning path. So here we have the introduction to AI section, then the what is AI section, and here you can control, so you can go to the previous session and then you can go to the next session as well. You can always change the speed of the video, so this is handy for your students, especially if you're not talking that fast and they want to save some time. They can 1.5x the speed. So this is pretty handy, so this way you're always able to check what it looks like for your students. And just for the heck of it, let's actually try what happens if we create a section with AI. So let's click here and let's just choose the number of sections to be 2, the learning activities to be 5 in each section, and then some topics, and let's click on generate. Okay, so actually right now it's refusing to generate the content. I have no idea why this is, but then when I'm trying to close it, it says that the AI generated content will be lost. Well, let's close it for now. And that's actually something worth mentioning. So I have seen that in LearnWorlds, the user interface and the user experience a bit of a clunky one. So just as an example, when I was trying to upload the first video here, it went to the video library page and there was no way back to this page. So I actually had to navigate to this page from scratch basically, and I didn't have any clue where this could be found. So I thought that I lost all the things that I had already done here. And now if I try another video, you can actually see that it does no longer allow me to upload these videos. So I have to upload those to the library separately, and there is no link to that library either, or at least not that I can see. You have to go to all these different places and you have to remember stuff, and you have to rely on your instincts in some of these issues because there are no warnings or guidelines. So that's one of the biggest problems I have with LearnWorlds. Definitely takes some time for you to learn how to use this. But that being said, that is not a big issue, because I think that if you use this for an hour or two, you are already aware of most of the important stuff. And also because of all these features and everything else here, this makes it a really good platform, and it would be very hard to make this one with this many features to be consistent across the board. But that's just something worth mentioning. So this is why I usually recommend Thinkific for beginners, because it's much easier to use. Then once you're happy with your course content and once you have previewed the course and whatnot, you can go to the course page layout section, and here you can edit the course page layout. And once again, because this is LearnWorlds, you can customize quite literally everything. Once again, I'm not going to go into details here. So what I recommend doing is just start to experiment with things. So you open up this page editor and you can click on this element. You can change the text here. You can do all these different elements. You can resize these images. You can drag them around. You can replace it. You can add these different sections here. You have all the features here on the left-hand side that you can add to this page. These are pre-built with templates to make it look professional. Then you have all these like actions such as like animations, layouts, colors, padding, margin, everything. You can customize absolutely everything. So it's actually funny that this is quite literally a website builder. So this is a proper full-on website creation tool at the same time. Once you've made some changes, you can preview this one as well. And this is what the landing page would look like. And here is, for example, the course that I just created. And now we've only considered the course outline and the course landing page layout. And then we can go to these general settings. You can change the things around that you initially thought were a good idea for your course name and title. You can change the access level here. So once you're ready to go live with your course, you can actually click on, for example, paid and set the price. And then you can do, let's say, 200 euros, for example. You can offer a discount. So for example, let's do 150. So here it will say enroll now, striking through the original price and giving it like $150. And by the way, this is something you can't do easily on Thinkific. So I love that feature here. So it allows you to do this strike through thing, which creates this kind of a scarcity offer feeling. And this creates some engagement. So now that we have this discount, it will instantly give a sensation that this might be something that is going out soon. So they might actually buy your course more easily when you have this strike through thing here. And now, for example, if I hit save here, our course is now actually live. And here we see the change that I just made. Then you can track the user progress. So you get all these statistics on your video progress, one-on-one sessions, audio, certificate, and whatnot. So you can track people in your courses. Then you have the course player options. You can do, for example, I like the classic one a bit more than the colored minimal. I think this looks better, so we can save that one as well. And always when you do these changes, you can do the preview, for example, preview course player. And now you see that the colors are quite a bit different than the last time when I previewed this course. Then you can do the video library. So here you can upload your videos. So instead of uploading them directly to those lessons that you create or to those activities, you upload the videos here by dragging and dropping them around. Then you can do some automations. And these are pretty cool. So if you have a bunch of students, you can just automate these actions here instead of doing them manually for hundreds of people. So just as an example, if a user hasn't accessed the course for example, 30 days, send a reminder email to the user. So these kind of actions. So you can remind your people to take action or something related to completing the course enrollment and stuff like that. So this is pretty handy as well. Then you have the insights, and there's the dashboard that allows you to see the course revenue, total time spent on the course, the number of users, new users, stuff like that. You get all these cool little metrics about the exams, sales, certifications, and stuff like that. You can go to the course insights page to see how many people have enrolled and how many have completed. You can do AI course insights, activity matrix, users. You can control the people that you have over here. You can filter users based on a specific condition. So for example, we can do number of comments, number of certificates, enrolled students, and whatnot. And remember, now I just showed you the course features. If we go back to the main page, this course or this online school platform that I just created, then we have even more features. So we have the mobile application, we have the reports, we have the marketing tools, for example, email, sales funnels, and stuff like that. We have communication. So this also has like a proper built-in Slack in it, basically. Then we can do users, create a website, and then we have this course manager here. And this shows you one of the reasons I recommend this for teams, because everything happens in one place. So you can do communications, you can do marketing, you can do everything here in one place. And if you just start a basic beginner course and you are a first-time creator and you're working alone, there are so many features that you are simply not going to use, but that you're still paying for. So that's why as a beginner, if you're just a solo creator looking to sell some courses here and there and build some audience while doing that, then I'd highly recommend you starting on Thinkific or Udemy. But if you have a team or if you're planning to build one very soon, and if you actually know that you need all these features, then I would highly suggest you signing up to LearnWorlds. So you can invite your team here and they can all do the work here in the same place at the same time. But yeah, this is what it feels like to use LearnWorlds. So you can do everything here, and I have just scratched the surface. So if I showed all these features here, it would literally take like 12 hours for me to do. So when it comes to selling courses, there's actually one and only one thing you need to do. And that is to build an absolutely massive audience. So you need to have literally tens of thousands or even hundreds of thousands of followers before you can start to make this work for you. You need to have a ton of people that have followed you for years. And this is just the name of the game. So if you start now, and even if you had a video go viral, let's say the next week, you still wouldn't make any course sales, because you need to become the #1 authority in that entire industry for those people before they trust you enough to buy a course. And then once you are at that stage when you have a lot of returning viewers and a lot of subscribers and a lot of people that trust you, then it is time to build this kind of a sales funnel for your course. So you're literally guiding your people towards a sale with this kind of a funnel. So this could be somebody who watches your video from a recommendation on YouTube, they search for that on Google, or somebody shared that video for them. And you might have millions of views. For example, let's do 1 million here. Out of those viewers, if you have good enough content, you might get like 5% of the people to subscribe you. So at this stage, we might have, for example, 50 1,000 people following you. These are the people that are already a bit closer to making a purchase because they haven't just seen one random video, but they might have been following you for a while, as I said. Once these people get engaged enough, they might actually sign up to your newsletter. And this is something you should craft very carefully. So it's not just something where you have a call to action such as join the newsletter, but you should actually create, for example, a free training session or a free call, for example, and then in exchange, you're going to get their email address. And this is how you start warming up your people towards making a purchase. So they have viewed your content, they have subscribed, and they have even joined the newsletter because they still want to work with you even after the content pieces you have shared here. For instance, let's say that 2% of the subscribers join the newsletter. So at this stage, we might have 1,000 people in the newsletter after getting 1 million views to our content. And here we can guide them even further in the funnel by sending them emails. For example, first you can send them their free training, you can do a free call with them, and then once they have warmed up, once they have enjoyed your free content, they have subscribed to you, they have watched a bunch of videos, then you can pitch them your course landing page. And at this stage, the people might be so interested that even up to 50% of the people that are in your newsletter have visited your course landing page. So this is 0.5k views to your course landing page. And remember, this is way easier said than done. So you have to make videos for years, you have to have subscribers for years, and you have to send a ton of valuable non-promotional emails to the people that have joined your newsletter. So this is literally a process that takes years. Then after you have these people view your course page, then a portion of these people are going to buy. And usually this is 1% of the people. So if you have 500 people that view your course page, you might make 5 sales. And for instance, if your course is, let's say, $1,000, this could be $5,000 in revenue, which is pretty nice. But you see how hard it is to even make $5,000. So you have 1 million views, they watch your content all the time, some of them subscribe to you, some of them join the newsletter, some of them view your content page, and some of them end up making a purchase. And this is how you funnel people towards buying your courses. So it's never like that where you just watch a video or where you basically show a video to your audience and then right after watching the video, you send them to this landing page and expect them to buy the course. It's the same thing as how you don't want to ask somebody to marry you after the first date or something like that. So you want to get to know to the people. And that's why you have multiple steps where you warm up your audience, potentially for even years before they actually want to work with you and commit to a flagship course that might cost hundreds or even thousands of dollars. So if you have been told that you can make easily money by selling online courses, that is true if you have 100,000 followers and that you have been doing videos for 5+ years. But if you start from scratch, it literally takes years to get people to trust you in the first place, that it even makes sense to show them a landing page where you have a course. But this is in a nutshell how it works. So you build a huge following, you build a huge audience that trusts you, and then you funnel them towards a purchase. So this is something you do not have to do if you use a platform such as Udemy. And in Udemy, they do this for you. So they have a ton of viewers, they have a ton of avid course takers, they have subscribers, newsletter people, and they will send the right type of traffic to your course page and they will bring you the traffic. But obviously it comes at a huge cost of a cut that they take, and also they don't allow you to control the pricing. So if you sell a $100 course, it usually goes for like $8 or something crazy low like that. So that limits your earning potential. And I recommend doing it this way. That is, you build your own audience and your own sales funnel. But if you don't want to, if you just want to sell courses and if you just like the process of creating courses and teaching people, then you should join a platform like Udemy. But if you want to make serious income, if you want to build a serious business, then you don't want to commit to another platform, but you want to build your own instead. And that's what Thinkific and LearnWorlds are for.